So today it's a nasty, cold, damp, wet Sunday. As you can tell, it's soaking wet outside. I'm under the shelter here, the new one that was built. As you can tell, it's full. Waiting for the new shop to be finished. All this crap right here will go in it, so I'll have a little more free room. I got the work truck parked here just so I didn't have to drive over there and get it. But I want to tinker under the shelter here today. I've got these free shelves right here. They're kind of flimsy without the plywood in them, but once you put the plywood in them, they're pretty stout. At least they seem. But they got this old press board, particle board, cardboard looking stuff for shelves, and I just think with the humidity under the shelter here that they will deteriorate. So I'm going to cut all those out and at least put some plywood. I've acquired some free plywood too, so I'm going to cut that out and see if I can find one of these that's not warped all to pieces, and just trace some new ones out and make some new shelves, because I'd like to sit them up right here against this back wall for like all my boxes and stuff. Twice a year Napa has a filter sale, so we stock up on filters for everything because they're at least half off. So we buy filters once a year and buy several $100s worth. But all my stuff that we got in here, just pipe fittings and stuff, whatever's in there, PVC fittings. I like to just lay them out on that shelf so that I can tell what I have or don't have and just kind of finish organize. All this stuff was just kind of shoved under here to get out of the way. But I'd like to do that and possibly change the oil in the grater. I used it yesterday. It don't get used much, but I was in a go-getting mood yesterday and I spread some stone out here and it was wet and I didn't get it grated out good, and then it rained on it and now I got a god-awful mess. But yeah, I was eager to do something yesterday. I need a lot more. Oh, I got the gooseneck here with our 2 fuel tanks on it. That's going to be moved to the shop. But I did a little grading project yesterday with the old grater here. And when I checked the oil, it just seemed like the oil was a little high and it seemed like it had some diesel fuel. How many hours have we got on here? 4,006 hours. This thing does not get used much at all. But I'll show you what I was talking about. I don't even know when we changed the oil in it last. I ain't used it much. I got it right here. Let's see, February 5th, 2015, a little over 3 years ago, 3866. I've used it 140 hours in 3 years. Like I said, it doesn't get used much. But the oil's a little high on the stick and it seems a little extra runny for some reason. I don't know if it's got some diesel fuel mixed in with it or what. I'm going to pull it under the shelter and change the oil on it. Let's see, that's a fuel filter. Let's see if I got one. Let's see what I got. 1806. I think I saw one of those. But yeah, she's old Betsy. We don't use it much. It's old, wore out, leaks. But it's nice to have it. So keep it running. It blows up, park it in the woods over there with everything else. Pretty much how it ends. We're kind of partial to stuff. Like our old Mini over here that made the company. It leaks out of everything. Put about 15 hours a year on it moving stuff around. But you know what? It's here and it's handy to have. Let's see, what was that? 1806? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I got an oil filter for it. So I got oil. I think I lined up a bunch of gallon jugs. I ain't but 3 gallons. That's not going to be enough. There's some more over here. Negative. Okay, well that'll be a start at least. I'll find some more oil before I drain it all out. Let me get working on this shelf. So I found a shelf that was relatively flat and it just works out perfect. So that I should be able to get 4 out. They're exactly 2 feet, so I got an 1/8 inch saw blade, so I'm just going to split the line and make them all a 1/16 of an inch short. That way I can get 4 shells per sheet of plywood versus just 3. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut some out and make sure they fit in there and everything. Remember, work smart, not hard. So I got the shelves cut and I went ahead and put them in on that one and got it placed. And I got this one put together. Still got to put the top piece on and then stack them up and see how good they fit. Let's see. Alright, let's see how heavy this thing is. Oh, it's pretty heavy now. Let's see how these interlock together. That needs to be pulled out just a little bit. Bam! I still got to get this corner in. I'll get that in a minute. So yeah, that was a, I don't even know why I put a piece of plywood on the top. It's kind of useless to put a piece of plywood on top, isn't it? Well, I'll take that one off. Don't need it. Yeah, simple little shelf. I'm going to get 2 more and put them in right there. That way I can start unpacking some of this stuff and seeing what I got. So I got 2 of the shelves put up. I still got another one, but it doesn't have shelves in it. It's just the frames. I guess you can make a little worktop out of it, but it's not really stout enough to make a good bench out of it, so I didn't know what to do with it quite yet. So I just set over there to the side, but I put 4 of them together and made 2 little nice shelves, and that way I can see my filters now. I won't have to dig through boxes. I'll know what I got and don't have. I'm getting kind of low. I don't have a lot of filters left for stuff, but I can see all my drain pipe fittings now, so we can use them up and not have to buy new ones, and the siphon fittings and PVC pipe and rubber Fernco's for siphons, and just makes life a little easier when you can actually find it and they're not all shoved in a box and all squished and everything. So hopefully this will just make life a little bit easier. I got a little more organizing, but baby steps. So I got a little extra free time. I think I'm going to go ahead and change the oil in the grater and see what's going on with it. Already got it fired up here. I'll pull it up there into the shop, shelter, shop, whatever you want to call it. And drain the oil out of it before the motor gets too hot. It's a little wet. Probably good enough. Set our parking brake. Cut it off before it gets too hot. Let's see what this one's got on it. One done it once. Alright, that is the oil filter, an oil pan. Oh, it's got a hose. Okay. Just have to lay down there, and I guess it's got a plug in it. Interesting. That works. I'll look while I'm under it. I don't think it. I think that is the drain plug. Yeah. There's the oil fill. Dipstick. Yeah, that's the drain. Alright. Want me some concrete would be nice, but it would cost a fortune to do concrete, so I'm going to settle for a sheet of plywood to lay on. Let me get it all set up and see if I can't get the oil to drain out of this. So, on that drain line down there is a plug, and I cannot for the life of me get that plug out. So I'm going to do what any other rational person would do who has zero patience for stuff that doesn't want to work. Come up to the next fitting. Now it's going to pour all out and run down the frame, but you know what? It is what it is. Everything else is covered in oil because everything else leaks on here. So we're just going to put the pan down there and hope that it runs off into it. Look at that. That seems like the most logical thing to do, if you ask me. When something doesn't work, find another solution. Look at that. That will never rust now. So let's see how much oil comes out. If I pull the dipstick, it'll come out a little quicker. Sounds like it is. Look, and it's still all running into the pan. There's always a solution for everything. Good, so that'll do that, and I can go ahead and take this filter off. With its mile-long thread on it. That'll pour down with the rest of it, and I can dump this in there on top of it. So here's my new filter. I'm going to fill it up with oil and put it back on. Object is to not let it bubble. Alright, she's full and the gasket is covered. Alright, now we finished waiting for it to drain out. Screw the line back on and fill it back up with oil. It's gonna be a minute. So while that's sitting over there draining the oil out, I'm gonna go ahead and take this fuel filter off. That way I can at least do something productive while that's slowly weeping out. I put another drain pan under here, so hopefully that'll catch it or splatter all over me one. Oh, tight fit. Very tight fit. Let's see how we can do this without getting it on everything. Go around and dump it in there. I'm going to say that that oil pan is full. Well, there's a filter in it. Thing holds more than I thought it would. I'm gonna have to go get another gallon of oil. Alright, so now I got this here new fuel filter. I'm gonna do something that everybody's gonna have a heart attack about. But you know what? This is an old wore out grader. And there's no telling what's in the fuel tank. Oh, you're gonna cross-contaminate it. If I can even pour it out. Well, there's God knows what's in that fuel tank. This is not going to work too well. Fill this up without making a mess. I can guarantee you one thing, this jug's a lot cleaner than probably what's in that fuel tank. Alright. That's slam full. A little too full, but you know what? Won't have any air in it. Let's see, spin this around. Whoop. We'll drop it. Either or. Works. Always hand tight and then about a quarter of a turn or half turn with the wrench. Alright, well now the fuel filter is done. I'll wait for the last little bit of oil to finish dripping out. Go ahead and put that line back on and fill her up. Yeah, that thing holds 5 gallons of oil. Wow. I didn't think it'd hold that much. Alright, well, I'm just going to screw that line back on and go over there and fill. Pour, pour, pour the oil. Yep. Well, it goes a little faster if I'm not holding the camera and can actually hold the funnel up, but for some reason somebody would probably yell if I didn't show pouring oil in this thing. So guess what? Pour, pour, pour the oil. Very slowly. I only thought this thing held like 3 gallons of oil, to be honest. So that's why I only had 3 gallons of oil. So now I'm going around trying to find every half jug I can find to finish filling this thing up. So I got 3 more half gallons in my truck. I'm about to go get them. Slow and oh, I got sidetracked. Overfilled. Almost did it again. Let me go get those other gallon jugs of oil, because I think I'm gonna need them. I don't think it's even touching the dipstick yet. Let's see. Get into the light. I think it just is starting to touch. Okay, I got enough here. I got 1 more jug. That'll be enough. Be right back. Let me go get it. So I got it filled up to at least the safe level to start it. It's not quite all the way full, but I'm going to get her fired up here now. You may ask yourself, just what am I doing with this screwdriver? Well, the old grater here, the switch kind of quit working, so this is how you got to start it. I'm actually going to give it a little bit of throttle since I changed the fuel filter, and it might have a little bit of air in it. Let's see what we can do. Can you see? You'll probably see a spark if I do something wrong. Whoop, like that. Come on, don't die, don't die. That's a good thing. I'll let it run for a minute or two and shut it down and let the oil sit back in there and see what it looks like in a minute.